Good morning. It is a beautiful day here in North Carolina. I'm in Guilford County, North Carolina at Guilford Farm Park. And today I am going to photograph the Say's Phoebe, or try to photograph the Say's Phoebe. Now, the Say's Phoebe is very rarely seen here in North Carolina. Matter of fact, before today, there's only been a half a dozen or so reports of this bird being here. This bird normally habitat is the west coast of the United States, and they come as far east as the western part of Texas. That's roughly 2,000 miles or 3,200 kilometers from where I am. So this bird has really flown way outside of its natural habitat. So today I'm going to walk around this farm and hopefully get a photograph of it, and I'm going to take you along with me. So come along and enjoy this event. So I have taken the unenvious position of photographing a single bird. So there's one bird here in this area that's a Say's Phoebe. The Say's Phoebe breeds in the arid areas of Alaska, the arid areas of California, Arizona, and western Texas, as well in northern Mexico, and then in the wintertime they migrate to Central America. So if you have any idea of what the United States looks like, you know this bird is way outside of its normal habitat. Now the Say's Phoebe is very similar to the eastern Phoebe. It's got a darker head, darker tail, and it's got a reddish kind of lower. So that's the big tell I'm looking for, is the lower. It's a little bigger than our eastern Phoebe, but it's not dramatically bigger. It does have the classic Phoebe behavior. It sits on a fence, sits on a building, and then flies out, catches insects in the air, and then flies back to its original area where it was. So hopefully once I find it, I will be able to stay in an area with it and photograph it. But as you know, it can be very difficult to find a single bird. I feel like I'm making excuses already. But I am going to walk around this park looking on fences for this bird, and hopefully I'll be able to photograph it. Well, while I'm walking around looking for that Say's Phoebe, I am taking advantage of photographing some other birds. We have some beautiful light going on here today. We have this soft light. We have a storm front that's coming through here. And I'm in this little pollinator garden area here. And I just photographed the song sparrow. They're a fairly common bird here in North Carolina, but still, that's bird number one. Well, I came over to this pollinator garden really expecting to see some really good activity. I really have some really nice light, and I was really hoping that I'd be able to see some really good bird activity this morning. Before I got out here, as I was driving out here, I noticed that it had rained last night, and I really didn't expect it to rain last night. It's supposed to be a beautiful day, so I don't know if it's going to get a little bit more active later in the day. But I was really hoping that I would see some birds, because the sun is over here, they're up on this hill here, and this is the perfect time to photograph birds on this hill here. And I'm really disappointed that I didn't see anything other than that song sparrow. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. So I'm gonna now go over here and see if I can find that Say's Phoebe. Okay, when I came down the hill, I saw a mixed flock of birds fly in front of me. I can actually hear song sparrows singing, I can hear white-throated sparrows singing, and I believe I hear a swamp sparrow singing. So I'm going to stick it out here a little bit. I think I'm going to move a little bit over here, that way there. The sun is that way. I'm trying to get this, this high grass area so that the sun is kind of a little bit behind me anyways. And hopefully these birds are hopping up on these high grasses and on these little bits of trees and stuff like that. and I'm hoping that I get a picture of something a little bit different than a song sparrow. But I'm going to stick it out here a little bit because you never know what you're going to run into with a mixed flock of birds. I have a swamp sparrow that's probably 20 feet in front of me. These birds are commonish. They like to be in wet, swampy areas. Obviously, that's why they get the name. But this individual here is really skulking. He's staying low in the bushes. I can actually see the bushes moving as he's moving around. He just hopped up right there. Two of them just hopped up here. And there's my shot, there's my shot, there's my shot, there's my shot. Come on, focus. Well, if any of those pictures came out, here they are. Well, I just photographed an eastern bluebird. They are a really common bird in North Carolina here. They are the unofficial bird of North Carolina. The official bird is the northern cardinal. This bird is extremely common. It's actually a bird that's heavily preyed upon by bird-eating raptors. They act a lot like the Phoebe. They sit on fence posts, they sit on fence, they do a lot of fly catching, they hunt for insects on the ground. I'm just kind of excited to see them in this really nice light. But anyways, every time I see an eastern bluebird, I just have to smile. So here are the photos I took. The fish crow is one of two species of crows that we have here in North Carolina, the American crow and the fish crow. The fish crow and the American crow can be identified by their calls, as you can see in this video here. They are a fairly common bird here in North Carolina. And the hardest thing about them is that photographing fish crows is identifying them, because you can only identify them by, well, there's a little bit of difference, but you have to compare the two birds to get those differences. So basically the only way you can tell them apart is by their calling. So when you hear a fish crow calling and you can see it calling, that's when you take pictures of it. What I would like to hear from you is any birds that you have spent time, wanderers or vagrants that you have seen in your area and photographed. I would love to see those photos. Please leave those comments below. I have spent about 5 hours out here. I'm not having any luck finding that says Phoebe, so I definitely think I'm gonna make this a two-part episode because yeah, I'm coming back here trying to photograph that bird. So I'm gonna end the episode here. If you got anything out of it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel because that really helps us to the YouTube world. Become a Patreon supporter. Your support allows us to keep doing this. My name is Leahy. I want to thank you for watching.